Okay, think Millionaire's shortbread but in cheesecake form. These cheesecake bars have a buttery shortbread base, a caramel cheesecake filling and a chocolate ganache topping, and they're so delicious. Just press the base into your tin, then whisk together cream cheese, caramel and icing sugar and smooth it onto the base. Heat dark chocolate and double cream in the microwave, stirring gently until smooth. Then pour it over the cheesecake and smooth it out. Top with bronze sparkly bits if you wish and refrigerate until set. And that's it! They're so easy to make and they taste amazing. Enjoy! I'm so excited to share this cinnamon apple loaf cake recipe with you. My brain can't even fathom the moistness of it. Start by making the cake. It's super simple. You just need butter, sugar, eggs, vanilla, self-raising flour and milk. Scoop half of it into a loaf tin and level it out. Then coat diced apples in sugar and cinnamon and sprinkle half of them over the cake batter. Mix together light brown sugar and cinnamon, then sprinkle half of this over the apples. Top with the remaining cake batter, apples and cinnamon sugar mixture. Then bake in the oven until a toothpick comes out mostly clean. For the glaze, mix together icing, sugar and milk, then drizzle it over the cake and serve warm or cold. It's so perfect for autumn. Enjoy to make peanut butter cup French toast rolls. Grab some nice soft bread and cut off the crust. Then roll it out flat with a rolling pin. Spread peanut butter over the bottom half and Nutella or chocolate spread over the top half. Then roll it up so the peanut butter is in the middle like a Reese's cup. Whisk together eggs, milk and vanilla until combined, then dunk the rolls in the mix. Melt some butter in a pan and toast the rolls on a medium heat until golden on each side. Mix together sugar and cinnamon, then coat the rolls in the mix. Drizzle with melted peanut butter if you wish and serve warm. They taste so good. Ever tried a cinnamon roll cake ball? They're just like cake pops without the sticks. Just bake a vanilla cake, then let it cool and crumble it up. Make a cinnamon cream cheese icing. You could also just buy a cream cheese icing and add cinnamon if you really want to. Then mix it with the cake and roll it into balls. Freeze for around 30 minutes, then melt white chocolate and mix this with a little cinnamon. Coat the balls in the chocolate and drop off any excess. Then sprinkle with cinnamon sugar and let them set in the fridge. They're so cinnamony and so good. I've made lots of fudge recipes, but I've never made this recipe in the microwave, so I wanted to give it a go. Just add the condensed milk and white chocolate to a bowl and microwave in 1 minute intervals, stirring in between. Mine took about 3 minutes. Fold in some broken Oreos, then scoop it into a tin and smooth it out. Refrigerate until set, and that's it. It's super easy. Make a super moist Oreo chocolate cake. Whisk together plain flour, caster sugar, cocoa powder, baking powder, bicarbonate of soda and salt until combined. Add 1 egg, vegetable oil, milk and vanilla and whisk until smooth. Then gently whisk in the warm water. Pour it into a tin and bake until a toothpick comes out clean. For the icing, whisk butter until creamy, then gradually whisk in the icing sugar and add some milk if needed. Finally crush up 3 Oreos and fold these in. Scoop it onto your cooled cake and smooth it out to the edges. Top it with 9 Oreos if you wish and slice it into pieces, and that's it. Make Biscoff cheesecake bars with just 5 ingredients. Crush up Lotus biscuits, then pour them into a bowl and set aside 2 tablespoons. Mix them with melted butter and press firmly into a baking tray. Whisk together cream cheese, Biscoff spread and icing sugar until combined, then scoop it onto the base and smooth it out. Pour over melted Biscoff spread and smooth this out, then sprinkle the remaining Biscoff crumbs around the edge. Place a biscuit in the middle and refrigerate until set. Slice it into squares and that's it. They're super creamy and so easy to make. Enjoy super delicious cinnamon apple blondies. Coat diced apples in sugar and cinnamon, then set this aside. Next, whisk together softened butter and both sugars until light and fluffy. Add 1 egg, 1 egg yolk and vanilla and whisk until light in colour. Then fold in the flour, followed by the cinnamon apple mix. Scoop it into a lined baking tray and smooth it out, then mix together sugar and cinnamon and sprinkle it all over the top. Bake in the oven, allow to cool, then refrigerate for best results. And that's it! How to make salted chocolate caramel cookie bars. Mix together butter and light brown sugar to form a paste, then add vanilla, bicarbonate soda and salt and mix these in. Add flour, oats and cinnamon and mix to form a dough, then press half into a baking tin and smooth it out. Pour over caramel sauce, then sprinkle over milk and dark chocolate chips. Place the remaining cookie dough on top, don't worry about pressing it down. Bake in the oven, then sprinkle with flaky salt and allow to cool fully in the tin. I've been working on this recipe for a while now. I'm super excited to share these thick and soft New York style cookies with you. Cream together butter, light brown sugar and granulated sugar. Then add 1 egg and vanilla and whisk until combined. Add plain flour, baking powder, bicarbonate of soda and salt and fold these in. Fold in your chocolate chips in chunks, then scoop up about 100 grams of dough. Squeeze it together, then roll it into a ball. Place 4 on a baking tray and bake in the oven, then let them cool for about 20 minutes before removing them from the tray. And that's it! To make the best school cake you'll ever taste. We're going to start by making a really simple sugar syrup, which is what's going to make this cake go from great to incredible. Set this aside to cool. Next, we're going to make a really simple vanilla sponge with margarine, sugar, self-raising flour, eggs and vanilla. vanilla. Pour it into a tin and smooth it out, then bake at the oven until a toothpick comes out clean. Now place the cake on a piece of cling film and cover it in the sugar syrup. Store the rest of the syrup in the fridge. You'll have enough for another 3 to 4 cakes. Mix together icing sugar and water for the icing, then pour it over the cake and smooth it out. Cover it in sprinkles. I might have gone a little overboard here. The cake will be super moist and super delicious. It's how to make a one-pot cookie dough cheesecake. Mix together softened butter and both sugars, then add milk and vanilla and mix these in. Add plain flour and mix to form a dough, then fold in the chocolate chips. Roll half the dough into little balls, then press the other half into a ramekin. For the filling, whisk together cream cheese, icing sugar and vanilla until smooth, then fold in the chocolate chips. Scoop it onto the base and smooth it out, then place the cookie dough on top, followed by more chocolate chips. Refrigerate for half an hour, and that's it. Enjoy! To make gooey caramel stuffed cookie dough bars. Whisk together softened butter and both sugars until light and fluffy, then add eggs and vanilla and mix until combined. Add plain flour, bicarbonate of soda and salt and fold these in, then fold in your chocolate chips. Press half the cookie dough into a baking tray and smooth it out. For the caramel, stir together all the ingredients on a medium heat until it bubbles and reaches the soft ball stage. Drop it into cold water. If it forms a soft ball, it's ready. Pour it over the cookie dough, then gently spread the rest of it over the top. Sprinkle with more chocolate chips, bake in the oven, then let it cool fully and refrigerate for a firmer cut. Make Oreo caramel crunch bars. Crush up the Oreos, then pour them into a bowl and mix with melted butter. Press them firmly into the base of your tin, then pour carnation caramel on top and smooth this out. Sprinkle with white chocolate chips and broken Oreos, then bake in the oven until the edges are golden. Let it cool fully, then refrigerate for at least an hour. And that's it. Enjoy! To make soft cookies and cream shortbread with just 5 ingredients. Mix together softened butter, sugar and plain flour with your hands until crumbly. Then add crushed Oreos and white chocolate chips and mix these through. Pour it into a baking tray and press down firmly, then bake in the oven until the edges just start to brown. Make sure you don't overcook it. Enjoy!